To listen to Republicans talk, you would think that every single American citizen got some kind of massive windfall from the tax cut package that they passed at the end of 2017. But as it turns out, in report after report, study after study, corporations did nothing but pocket all of that money, while fewer than 4% of American workers saw any kind of benefit whatsoever. And recently, in The Guardian, they pointed out three of the biggest offenders with regards to this tax cut. And these are three companies, AT&T, Wells Fargo, and General Motors, who all swore up and down before this tax cut was passed, which they all supported. They said, listen, give us this tax cut, and what we're going to do is we're going to increase benefits. We're going to create thousands of new jobs. We're going to reinvest in our companies. We're going to innovate. We're going to build new headquarters. We're going to do all these wonderful things that we've been wanting to do. We just haven't had the money to do it. So we want to take care of our workers. We want to give them raises and bonuses and benefits and vacation time. But darn it, we just don't have the money. So please pass this. And that's how it was sold to the American public. Now, most of us, even those on the right, understood this ain't going to happen. We knew it from day one because trickle down never works in practice. But they used those lies to sell it to us anyway, and lo and behold, here's a new report showing, oops, none of that ever happened. So let's get right into these three big offenders here. AT&T, to start with. They were one of the ones making the most lofty promises. They specifically, as a single company, promised us, I think, about 7,000 new jobs, they said. They were going to create new call centers throughout this country, creating new jobs in local areas here and there. But instead, what they've done is they pocketed $21 billion in the first year, and they're going to be pocketing $3 billion a year after that. They said they were going to invest $1 billion in capital expenditure. That never happened at all. They eliminated 23,328 jobs since that tax cut bill was passed. So they're not creating jobs. We didn't get 7,000. We lost more than 23,000. Oh, and they gave their CEO a massive raise. That's what they did with their tax cut package. General Motors, not much better. They announced that they were closing 5 plants since the tax cut bill passed. Michigan, Ohio, Maryland, Ontario, 14,000 jobs total lost from that. They've spent $10 billion in stock buybacks. AT&T has also spent billions in stock buybacks. And they got $157 million from the tax cuts just in the first 3 months of 2018. Wells Fargo actually did keep one of their promises, and that promise was to pay everybody in their company a $15 minimum wage. So good for you, Wells Fargo. But then you immediately screwed up by doing this, because your company is going to save, according to this report, $3.7 billion every single year. You're not investing in your workforce. Wells Fargo has bought back 350 million shares of their own stock, worth about $22.6 billion. They increased their CEO salary by 36%, and they announced plans in September to eliminate at least 26,000 jobs in the U.S. over the next 3 years. So it's great that you're now paying people $15 an hour at a minimum, but you're also going to be cutting 26,000 jobs, which is actually going to have a bigger economic impact than finally paying people a living wage. These three companies may be the worst offenders out there, but they're certainly not solitary actors. This is what happened with this tax cut. Only 4% of workers in this country saw any kind of benefit whatsoever. The rest of it went right back into the pockets of the wealthy elite. And I don't know how many more studies and reports have to come out telling us that before Republicans are finally willing to admit that, you know what? Yeah, this only helped the rich people, and that's because that's how we designed it. My guess is that no matter how many studies we get, they will never, admit that this was their intention and that this is actually what it's doing. Thanks for watching, everybody, and don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.